wish I could say that this was all the windshield, but it's not. It's just legitimately.
Kilo Gamma Romeo Bravo.
Experiencing hail.
Item 13 update. Eastside hail now following at mile marker 6.8 southbound 71.
Visibility maybe 100 feet.
Copy, I got you right up right now. You good?
Copy. Be advised, visibility is 100 feet, localized flash flooding on the highway. Traffic 32 miles an hour.
What we're not seeing is on the other side of the sign.
Be advised, tail diameter is increasing to dime size.
What we're not seeing on the other side of this visibility is we're approaching Kansas City downtown skyline area on the north side, so eventually we're going to be going over the Missouri River and being able to see all of that stuff from the position of the bridge. I was trying to get some of the flooding we're seeing.
Oh!
Lord. Alright, we're seeing continued hail. Oh my.
That was close.
It was very close. Oh, thank you for your highway wash, friends. This is near the Iron District.
Adam 13 has had a lightning strike approximately 400 yards off to the west.
We are not yet approaching the bridge, but the bridge is coming.
Careful, copy for Adam 14. Please keep us updated, please. I'm Adam 13, sir.
Copy. Wind speeds estimated 35, 45 mile an hour.
They're coming over.
Careful, copy that. Keep us updated.
I'm trying, but unfortunately Midwesterners don't know how to drive without looking into a wall.
Careful.
He says Midwesterner like he's not one. We are now approaching the bridge. We have one person coming up behind you. Riverfront District. Riverwalk, I think is what it's called. As
Yeah,
well
it's
as
walk to the new stadium.
yep, as well as the CPKC Stadium. Standing very, very strong next to the Missouri River. Lots of lightning directly overhead. now we're looking at maybe more like 100 yards rather than 100 feet, which is always helpful. I'm also going to apologize for if this is out of focus on a larger screen. New tech to me, and also with the increasing rain. It's seeing beyond the water, pretty difficult. Now we are approaching downtown. See some of those skyscrapers Kansas City is all about. Look at that. Oh my. Flash flooding, standing water under the bridges. This is literally the worst part of the junction of I-49 coming into Kansas City ever.
And I'm 13 when I get a radar.
And we're back to 0 visibility. We're seeing outside. What we're not seeing is the famous Kansas City Star newspaper building that should be right over there. There. Not staying in their own lane.
Huh?
They were not staying in their own lane.
Yeah, I know.
Bless.
Hey guys, I'm keeping an eye on that, the Wisconsin area, LaCrosse, K-A-R-X. That's known as some pretty good rotation, but not really a whole lot of it. It was showing a GPS marker, but Crocker Belton 90% off GPS marker just popped back up on it.
Go ahead.
I have a large, extreme, dangerous tornado just south of me. It's, I think, PDS now. Just east, west, and moving towards Ann Arbor, Wisconsin. I got friends there.
Hey Google.
Get a copy concentrator down here.
Hey Google.
Google doesn't listen.
Hey Google.
She thinks we're crazy. being out here like this. I don't blame her.
Blue Springs, Missouri. I'm gonna scoot.
Yep. Scoot, scoot, senor. The historic homes in this area are absolutely beautiful. I wish that the city saw as much potential in them as the residents do and the historians do. Okay, we've got deepening color in our cloud cover. It went from kind of a milky gray to a definitely storm gray. I'm gonna keep that red light out of y'all's eyes. You're welcome. For an orientation, we are about 1.5 miles east of Westport in Kansas City, Missouri, heading toward Blue Springs. That is going to be our next leg of this journey. Again, I'd like to apologize. Any of this, some of it, all of it, I don't even know. Ooh, look at that variation. That's pretty wild. Obier. I'd like to apologize in advance if any of this is blurry, because it is new tech. Hey! Whoever did this, us too. That's wonderful.
What?
There's some graffiti over there that says, "I hate Nazis." Hey, us too. Ooh, this is a really good opportunity to make sure that I am. There we go. Now we're cooking with peanut oil, and they just ran that light.
Yo.
Hardcore. Pro tip, if it's inclement weather outside, how about we obey the rules of the road, friends? Safety for all. Safety for all. Safety is not pie. More for other people does not mean less for you. Check that out. I think for the sake of my anxiety, I just need to focus on the camera.
Couldn't hear what you said, Travis. Try it again.
Something about Jasper County. Or Casper County, maybe. Not us. We are presently in Jackson County, Missouri. And here we are approaching downtown Kansas City from the south, and as you can see, the visibility sucks. Tremendously bad. Hello? Hi, who is this, please? No, it's not. Thank you. Have a good day.
What?
I don't know. Somebody calling for a Mrs. Gates. The only Gates I know, well, I know a family of Gateses. Oh, we're back in the hills. Back in the hills, friends.
13, go ahead.
Went ahead and flipped it back, headed northbound on 71.
He almost said something inappropriate.
Jet 4, Echo 13, copy traffic 1806 hours.
Got
Jet 4, Echo 13, copy traffic 1806 hours.
We are getting on I-70 East via Truman Road. Being in this area of town is, well, I wouldn't say it's dangerous. It could be dangerous, I guess, in severe weather. A lot of this is not centered, that's not the right word, located right around the Missouri River, so having that flash flooding and other things of that nature can be more prevalent here, given where we are in relation to sea level and the river levels themselves. Also, that is where we're going, is the highway is up there. So while we're at the stoplight, important question, as we're encountering these hail items, how do you use your senses as you're driving to figure out how big the hail is so that you can report it to the weather monitors on the other side of the radio? Of course.
First way to measure it is by size that you can see on the windshield. Second way to measure it is the size of splash that you see if it's mixed with rain on the ground. Third way you can estimate it is based on the weight and velocity of it hitting a solid object.
Okay, so pretty much if you're in the car, look at the ground, figure out how big it is, and hope that it is not hitting your windshield to a point where it's big enough to cause damage. And also paying attention to the rain patterns and splash patterns of what you can see if you can't see the hail itself.
61 Sergeant, listen.
Did I get that right?
Yep.
Excellent.
Basically, if it sounds like a pea hitting your windshield, like a frozen pea, then you can estimate that it's probably pea-sized. If it sounds like somebody threw a dime at your windshield, you can estimate it's about the size of a dime.
Continue down south.
And of course, if somebody threw a quarter at your windshield and what it would sound like, then you can estimate it's the size of a quarter. And then you basically just work your way up. And by the time you get to golf ball size hail, it's probably going to end up cracking your windshield, so it's going to leave a pretty decent crack pattern that would also help you estimate the size of the hailstone.
Yeah. That would do it, for sure. For disclaimer purposes, in order to determine how big hail is, we are absolutely not advocating for you to test this out by throwing things at your windshield. That sounds...
Or throwing things off a bridge of an overpass.
That,
That
too. Don't do that, please. We like being able to travel safely on the highways, as does everybody else. Other fun facts. How do you know you're in Kansas City? The highway is one big construction zone.
stacking up in the left lane. I'm gonna go ahead and take the right.
Doogie. I'm just gonna sit in my passenger princess seat and watch the camera.
Also, if you're driving in a torrential downpour and you're driving in the left lane, be prepared for puddles and flash flooding, because there's nowhere in the center of a highway that has a concrete barrier and road on both sides for that water to drain. You are safer driving in the center lane or the right lane on an interstate.
So even if you're in the right lane and people are crawling, it's way safer to be over there than in the left lane, where you have a higher chance of hydroplaning because of the standing water. Standing water is bad. It's almost as bad as limited visibility.
Standing water with limited visibility and people without their lights on is very bad.
Yeah, by the way, if it's raining or your windshield wipers are on, in the state of Missouri, it is a law that you must have your headlights on. Please do everyone a favor and make that happen.
Headlights, tail lights, auxiliary lights, they all got to be lit.
14.
Good job to all of these people over here on the highway going west into Kansas City. We are also on I-70 for those of you who are tracking us geographically. Oh my.
On the north here, towards Interstate 43, not too far from Clinton.
Yeah, we just rolled through about 3 inches of water. Which doesn't sound like a lot until you realize, I think, isn't it like half an inch that can cause a car to hydroplane?
Correct.
So, that's scary as you know what.
Channel 14, go ahead.
I got some storms firing up in Texas.
At one point before we started recording, there were 15 tornadoes documented with touchdown across the United States all at one time. And that was before this cell really started to kick off.
Well, that's before this cell actually reached us. Some of the tornadoes that had been observed have been observed in the area of Wichita, Kansas, and this is that storm system that came from Wichita, Kansas.
Well, it's not in Kansas anymore.
And I don't see Toto. Pretty sure Toto went home.
Yep. He said, bark this, I'm out. We're back to playing the game of, did I mess up the lens? Can't tell. And no, I didn't actually mess up the lens. I meant in terms of the,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
The focus.
Yes, focus. The new tech is his new baby.
Adam 31, that's good. Another thing to not do not stop on an active interstate underneath an overpass to hide from the rain because you will cause a severe traffic accident. Your audio is quiet.
Okay, and off to our right, we should be able to see Geehaw Field, Arrowhead. There's the Amazon truck in the way. Oh look, it's Kauffman Stadium. Go Royals. But beyond that,
I know. You just have
Yep.
Hold on.
can't see nothing.
What in the world?
Check, you know better.
Oh, I lost coverage. Either that or the mic just took a dump.
I remember that whole don't drive in the left lane. This is why.
Holy check, you know better.
Adam 13 on the day. I am currently eastbound I-70 approaching Sterling Avenue in the cell. I'm having issues with my audio.
For your audio is quiet.
Adam 13 just be advised. I have to restart my device. You'll still have me on live.
They're stopping. We are continuing to experience flash flooding on the highway. We're looking at probably an inch of water that is collected, if not working on an inch and a half, is collected on the highway. Again, it only takes about a half an inch of standing water on a roadway to cause a vehicle to hydroplane. So if you are out in weather like this, please use extreme caution. In the circumstances of navigating a multi-lane roadway, please do what we say and not what we do. Lean to the right. Go to the right lane. The left lane is where most of those hydroplanes happen, and there's not a whole lot of options for places to go. It is into another car or a median. Neither are fun. Alright, lots and lots of hazard lights appropriately placed. Thank you. Again, a big thank you to the people who are traveling in the opposite direction, and we can see that you have your headlights and your tail lights on. Well, hopefully you've got your tail lights on. Hi.
Okay, current service varies here on we'll feel 75. That's probably gets out here by your account. We'll just comment on next week. You know, everybody's having a good day. It's the QXC 943 still.
Nine out of 13 radio check. Copy. I do have audio on that.
1361 has your order.
Oh my.
I got it. Thank you. Nine out of 13.
Experiencing a couple good inches of standing water on the highway.
Be advised, eastbound 70 at the 15-mile marker, severe flash flooding, approximately 4 to 6 inches standing water off the highway.
4 to 6 inches.
I was able to push through it. I was on the left lane, blocked it by traffic. Yeah, all good. I'm going to be maintaining the number 2 lane. Number 1, close to the barriers, getting flooded in multiple sections of the lane.
Ooh, that was pretty. I hope you guys can see that. Oh, it's 5:25. My alarm's going off. It's also my time to get going. If you haven't left work already, you should probably do that. Alarm. But thanks to this wonderful cell, there was a lot of hubbub about it earlier.
Not as routine.
Oh, the schools
Eastbound
in the
I-70 past
Kansas City metro area got let out early today.
eastern side of Indiana.
So I got to leave work approximately 2 hours earlier than I thought I would. I guess it was technically 4 because I wasn't anticipating leaving until 5, but I took off around 1:15. My mom just asked if we were in the warning. Should I give her super anxiety or not?
No. Just say, we're fine.
We're fine though. No worries. No. Also, Mom, if you're seeing this, I love you bunches, and it is genuinely because I did not want you to worry while you are living it up in Texas for your birthday. So, happy birthday, enjoy the beach. I'm sorry you got sunburnt yesterday, and we're fine. It's fine. It's gonna be okay. like two separate voices.
Oh, the other guy was yelling in the background. I have no idea who that was.
We are approaching Blue Springs at Wood Chapel Road and Lake Chapelwingo exit. And visibility, still trash. I would not advise going past Odessa because then you're going to get into like seriously tight lanes and road construction, and it's probably not going to be safe to travel.
I'm going to pull off and I'm heading to Lee Summit. Lee Summit, Missouri. Break. 9 Adam 13, be advised, tornado warning issued for the area of Greenwood, Missouri, en route now.
Usually we like bright rainbow colors. This is what bright rainbow colors mean in Weatherland.
Be advised, I'm going to be traveling on 7 highway towards that direction. There's an observed threat. Hail is approximately 3/4 inch. Lee Summit, Missouri, Greenwood, Missouri, you are currently under a tornado warning. This is an observed on-the-ground confirmation.
So we are going to be heading south on 7 Highway from Blue Springs to Lee Summit, and we should be there in about 25 minutes.
Traffic signals are out at 70 and 7. Everybody forgot how to use a flashing red signal as a stop sign.
Yep. That's how that goes, folks, at least in Missouri. If you come across something that looks like this, the idea is it has turned into a stop sign. So all normal stop sign rules will apply. Again, this is valid only for Missouri. Largely because I don't know much about traffic laws anywhere else. Oh my Lanta. I'm glad y'all didn't see that. Yep, I screwed up the focus whenever I refocused on your phone. Now, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Read the restaurant signs. least not until we're pointed that way. Decent point.
He wants me to wait for the tornado to come to me.
Oh, okay. Alright, well.
Adam 13, I'm going to be staged at 40 Highway, 7 Highway, Blue Springs, Missouri.
Oh, so sorry for any of you with motion sickness. Maybe I should have taken my not Demerol. Those of us joining and who've missed previous.
Copy, I'm watching it on Omega right now.
Yes, so for those who missed our. Our previous chase adventure from over in Kansas, the not Demerol comment is funny because I couldn't remember what Dramamine was called. So I initially called it Demerol, and then I realized that that's not it.
I'm gonna actually go behind Quick Trip so I can actually see this thing coming, and it's
Okay.
down on my back.
Sure. Seems good to me. Look at all that water coming down. And we're gonna be moving round and round. I'm glad you can see the curves because I cannot.
They're trying to send another chaser to assist with the intercept.
So when we talk about assisting with the intercept, explain that to me like I have no idea what you're talking about.
Storm chasers try and work together in order to get on different sides of the storm, in order to have different observable areas of the storm, because one chaser can be in a certain spot and based on terrain, topography, and conditions aren't able to actually see if a tornado or some type of other threat is close to them, when another chaser nearby who has a wider view of the situation is actually able to identify those threats and call them out. It's basically having like a safety lifeline.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So we are here parked. I don't think they want me to check. All that water coming down. This is almost like the, what was that Stephen King book or movie, The Fog? Like you can see up to a certain point and then beyond that, it's like bupkis, yeah. So, my mom asked about the kids, and then, are you guys out in it? Then I answered her question about the kids, and I said, and ... whatever answer results in the least amount of anxiety. Again, I want her to enjoy her time in Texas.
I mean, she does know what I do for a living, right?
Oh my.
What?
So 5:28, so this was 9 minutes ago. One of my coworkers at my 9 to 5 messaged me and said, we may not have a job to go to. Have you checked on our crew that live there? It's right between 58 Highway and 163rd in Raymore.
The tornado is?
I don't know. She just said it. Oh, and that phone died, so that's cool.
It crossed through that area.
Yes. So, for those of you watching at home...
Between Belton and Peculiar.
Yeah, Belton and Peculiar are getting hit with so much. Like, there
just
was...
passed. It's now approaching Pleasant Hill and Greenwood.
Oh, good God. Okay. Here is...
part of it. The tail is just about ready to hit Pleasant Hill. Greenwood is getting it now.
Here's the man behind the wonderful driving, and I mean, can you look at them and say hello? That's what the rest of his face looks like.
Sorry, I'm trying to see what the storm is doing and see if I can notice any signs of rotation. Notice where the sections of this cell are starting to increase in strength. You can kind of see as it comes to the north. See if I can pause. As it comes to the northeast of Blue Springs, there's a darker red spot right here that indicates a higher intensity of strength in the storm cell. Currently, Oak Grove and to the north of Oak Grove on I-70.
That's right over us.
Yeah. So this is us right here, Grain Valley and Oak Grove. The strongest tracks are going northeast in this direction.
So the darker red on the radar in this case means the higher potential for rotation to be created, and also that rotation to drop down to a funnel and make contact with the ground.
Just north of Wellington, Missouri, there's a very strong part of the cell. Depending on how the fronts interact, that would be a good place for something to stir up.
Yeah.
They're seeing a lot of localized lightning. And so is the Pink Hill area just north of Grain Valley.
This is just another weekend in Tornado Alley, folks. Again, we are the blue dot that you can see kind of in the bottom left-hand side of the screen in Blue Springs, and we are in that band of red and orange that's coming through right now. Well, I say that, and then of course it doesn't turn that color. It's this one. Yes, that one. Thank you. I was trying to go for dramatic effect, but that's what it is, I guess.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'll forgive you.
Napoleon and Waterloo, you're going to be in for a nice treat. Not only do you get hit by this section of the storm that is severe, you also have the follow-through of this section of the storm.
Yeah, that we're in, and we're not even in the dark red part of it. And again, for dramatic effect, this is what we're dealing with currently. Zero visibility, so much rain, and
Grain Valley, Missouri.